Clutches, seized clutches. If you've ever come across the problem where your clutch won't work because it's seized, because your car's been parked for a long time and it's now seized on, what's happened is your clutch has rusted to the pressure plate and the flywheel, so it just won't work. In this video, I'm going to show you how I restored this clutch to its as new condition. So first let's have a look at the pressure plate. You probably, I'm not sure if you can tell, but I've actually started to have a little go with this and it's coming up quite nicely. So I've got no doubt that this will restore properly. But over here you can see this is rusty, and there's quite a lot of well, you can feel it, the texture to it. It's certainly not smooth. And if you look carefully, these little positions here, these little circles, they are from the actual clutch pressure plate, and that's where the rivets are on the clutch pressure plate. So we're going to stick that in the blasting cabinet and we're going to see if we can bring that back to life. I've got the pressure set to 25 psi and I've got a large glass bead. Here's the glass bead. It's tiny little balls of glass. So I decided to measure some, and it measures 10,000th of an inch. Right, let's try a particularly rusty area. So you don't want to hold the nozzle too close, and you don't want your pressure too high. If your pressure is too high, you'll simply smash the bead and it will just become an abrasive rather than a polishing media. What you're looking for when you're blasting is very subtle changes in the condition of the surface. So you end up holding the nozzle in one place for quite some time, and you just slowly watch the colour or the shade of what you're blasting go from a darker, which is the rust, to a lighter colour, which is just really localised staining. You really do have to be patient and just let the bead do its work. You can see a lot of that staining is being removed actually. Now you can see that's coming up rather nice now. What I'll do is I'll just carry on and finish this one off. So you can see there that there is some rust. You can feel the texture. Actually, you can see there's an imprint there with the text from the clutch pressure plate. So it was properly corroded to that. So we're just going to clean this surface up with a gentle bead blast, and that should be fit for purpose then. Let's get that in the cabinet. Yes, you can clearly see the corrosion on there. I've actually had started to have a little go just here, and I think it's going to come up nicely. So we're going to have a proper go with this and see if we can basically just clean this surface up with just very light blasting with bead. What I certainly don't want to do is to start to wear this surface away, because it's like a brake line and it is a wearable surface. But you can see there, you can see the thickness of it. That is a brand new clutch basically. So we'll stick that in the blasting cabinet and give that a go. I'm going to turn the pressure down on the airline to probably around about 20 psi, and I'll see how we go with that, because I want to be really, really gentle with this. Yeah, I think that's coming up quite nicely now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just switch the video off and come back to it later. And here you can see the results after bead blasting. So there's the clutch pressure plate. That's nicely cleaned up now, so that's properly serviceable. The pressure plate, the Borg and Beck pressure plate, looks as good as new. I'm really, really pleased with that. So those two items together are what would have cost me, I think, around about £80 for the new clutch. And this is the flywheel. So that's the bit where the clutch touches the flywheel, and again that's nice and clean now. Got a bit carried away, so I just cleaned up the other side as well too, and the ring gear. So that's all good to go back onto the car. So you can see how useful a blasting cabinet is, whether you're grit blasting or glass bead polishing. It's an absolutely invaluable piece of kit, and I don't know how I ever managed without it. So if you've enjoyed this and you'd like to check out another one of my pieces of garage equipment, check out this video here.